Today, we're going to learn how to stop treating AI like it's just a simple search engine and really start acting as its architect. So many people treat artificial intelligence like it's a magic 8-ball. You shake it, ask a vague question, and just kind of cross your fingers and hope for the best. But today, we're completely changing that mindset. We're going to look at the actual underlying structures and frameworks that give you total control. So think about the last time you asked an AI for an email draft or an essay. If you felt frustrated by a super generic, boring response, well, it's likely because the AI is basically an overly literal intern that needs precise guidance. I mean, it doesn't know your context, it doesn't know your audience, and it definitely doesn't know your personal preferences unless you explicitly lay them out. The machine itself isn't boring. The instructions are. And this brilliantly illustrates the core problem. A vague request inherently produces a vague, unhelpful output. When you give the AI a massive, wide-open canvas with absolutely no borders, it's just going to default to the most average, statistically common response it can find. You know the old computer science saying, right? Garbage in, garbage out. If you want highly specific, perfectly tailored results, you have got to provide highly specific, tailored inputs. To get you there, today we'll be covering the foundation of AI prompts, learning by example prompting, advanced reasoning and instructions, the RTF prompting framework, the advanced create framework, and finally, the ultimate prompt makeover. Let's get into it. Starting off with Section 1, the foundation of AI prompts, starting from scratch. Let's start with the absolute baseline tool in our prompt engineering toolkit, zero-shot prompting. This is when you give direct instructions without any examples. Honestly, it's kind of like walking up to a total stranger on the street and making a sudden demand. You're giving direct instructions, sure, but providing zero examples of what you actually want the finished product to look like. It relies entirely on the AI's pre-existing training data to figure out what to do. For example, take the prompt, write a motivational speech for students. This is your classic zero-shot prompt because it leaves all the creative decisions entirely up to the AI's default settings. I mean, think about it. What kind of students? Are we talking high schoolers, college grads? And what's the tone supposed to be? Are we aiming for funny and relatable or super serious and inspiring? The AI just has to guess, which is exactly why the results often feel completely disconnected from what you actually needed. Moving on to Section 2, learning by example prompting, scaling quality. So to fix that guessing game, we need to start treating the AI like a contractor who needs to see a portfolio. By stepping up to one-shot prompting, we give the AI exactly one example. This instantly sets a much clearer benchmark for tone and format. Instead of just saying, write a product description, you say, write a product description exactly like this one, and you paste in a previous success. Right away, the AI understands the length, the vocabulary, and the exact style you're aiming for. It's a real game changer. But, sometimes one example just isn't enough to capture a really complex pattern. So if you need strict consistency across a much larger output, you'd use few-shot prompting. This provides multiple examples, locking in a recognizable pattern for the AI to emulate. This is absolutely crucial if you're categorizing massive amounts of data, trying to match a highly specific brand voice, or generating a list where every single item needs to follow the exact same structural rhythm. All right, Section 3, advanced reasoning and instructions, the logic layer. Examples are great, obviously, but sometimes you actually need to guide the machine's thinking process. Enter chain of thought prompting. This encourages step-by-step reasoning. Basically, it forces the AI to show its math and reason sequentially, which drastically reduces errors on complex logic or math tasks. So instead of just asking for the final answer, you prompt the AI to explain exactly how it gets there. This prevents it from rushing to a hallucinated conclusion and guarantees a much higher degree of accuracy. Then we have instruction-based prompting. Think of this as your ultimate micromanagement tool. You're layering highly specific rules and constraints into the prompt to tightly control the outcome. You aren't just asking for a summary anymore. You are explicitly telling the AI what not to do, what keywords to avoid entirely, and what exact perspective to maintain. It's all about setting really strict boundaries. Next up, Section 4, the RTF prompting framework, the basic blueprint. Now that we know our individual tools, let's actually organize them into our first highly effective blueprint. RTF stands for Role, Task, Format. By simply telling the AI who to act as, exactly what to do, and how to present it, you instantly elevate the quality of your output. It's such an easy mental checklist. First, role. Act as a senior marketing executive. Second, task. Analyze this market data. Third, format. Present your findings as a bulleted list. Just 3 simple steps, but it leads to a massive improvement in quality. Which brings us to Section 5, the Advanced Create Framework, the Master Blueprint. Now, if you want to architect something truly sophisticated, we upgrade from RTF to our master blueprint, the Create framework. This guides you to specify the character, request, examples, adjustments, tone, and extras. It basically bundles all of those individual prompting styles we just talked about into one flawless 6-step formula. You start with the character or role, then the core request. Then you apply what we learned earlier by providing examples, our one-shot or few-shot techniques. You add adjustments or rules. That's our instruction-based prompting. You define the tone, and finally, you throw in any extras, like a call to action. It literally is a comprehensive checklist for perfection.
Let's look at section 6, the ultimate prompt makeover, putting it all together.
Okay, let's put all of these theories into a practical exercise right here, right now. Take the prompt, write about fitness. This is our zero-shot baseline. It's a weak, generic prompt that is practically begging the AI to give us a super boring, useless response. I mean, it is the textbook definition of hoping the AI can just somehow read your mind. But look at this incredible transformation when we upgrade to a structured masterpiece using our new frameworks. Instead, we say, you are a certified fitness coach. Write a beginner-friendly 500-word guide about weight loss workouts for busy office workers. Include a weekly plan and diet tips. The AI doesn't have to guess a single thing here. The roadmap is crystal clear. You can see the blueprint in action right here. We assigned a clear character with certified fitness coach. We specified the format and adjustments with beginner-friendly 500-word guide. We completely targeted a specific audience for the task by saying weight loss for busy office workers. And then we added extra instructions to include a weekly plan and diet tips to guarantee a highly useful result. We literally used the architecture to force the AI to do exactly what we needed. So, as you wrap up this explainer and head back to your keyboard, I want you to ask yourself a question. Are you taking charge in architecting your outputs, or are you just passively accepting whatever the AI decides to hand you? Because when you start using frameworks like RTF and Create, and when you start layering in those examples and step-by-step logic, you stop being a passive consumer. You become the true architect of your own solutions.